Okay. Welcome. So I'll do my best to be with you. I just want to share with you that I'm experiencing a difficult time in regards to the health of Tara, my lovely partner. So please bear with me during this meeting as some emotions may arise. Actually, they are arising. And, so here it is. Here we are. There is pain, there is sorrow, there is love, and there is peace. There is presence, which is love. The ocean, the ocean, the ocean of love, where beyond words we recognize each other. not as people, of course. There is the form, yes, but as that which is beyond the form. This deep, silent awareness. In our meetings, we're always inviting each other to recognize our true self, to recognize the love that we are, the freedom that we are, that which is unborn, that which does not die. And here in this temporary journey, this temporary human realm, we are given opportunities, opportunities to love each other and care for each other and awaken from the sense of separation to, like they say in Buddhism, reach the other shore. But it's always this shore. It's always available to us. It's always right here, right now. We come together because we have this inner calling. We recognize God's voice, God's invitation. The mind is habitual, conditioned. It operates on like on railroad tracks, repetitive, repetitive stories, always referring to consciousness as the personal self, always referring to awareness as the personal body mind. And in doing so, we experience fear, worries, the sense of lack, regrets, disappointments. And deep down, we don't like it. We want the freedom. But we don't know. We don't know how to get there, so to speak. So stubbornly, we repeat the same patterns, the same stories. But every now and then, this whole process stops, as if by magic, and our entire structure collapses in an instant. What remains? Freedom remains. Peace, the vastness of consciousness. But it's for you to find out, because this is what this life is about. The collapse of the me story. This illusory me. And by now we know that there is no such thing as a separate consciousness. And yet, sometimes the me narrative keeps appearing, and the me feelings and the emotions keep appearing. What's going to happen to me? How am I doing? Am I getting there? What's going to happen to me after I die? Why is this happening to me? But what is this me? A stream of thoughts with a belief behind them. The belief, an ancient belief, that the self is personal and limited. but you have the capacity, the capability to discriminate between the old repetitive railroad tracks, the me locomotive, and love, presence, this formless beingness. We are home. We are the home that we seek. We are that which is not a thing, not a somebody, not a someone, but that which is and cannot not be. So invite yourself to be that which you are, this aware presence, which is effortless, which has no beginning and no ending, which is not human. It is divine, meaning real, universal reality, the source from which this body mind appears and to which this body mind returns, having never left itself. You never leave yourself. As the freedom, as the universal peace, as that which untouched by world body mind events, the core, the heart of being. You are that. Thoughts may appear to you, but nothing is happening to you. So, if you have any questions, anything you would like to explore, I have one question that was sent to me by Joanna. I will address it in a minute. Any questions? Hey, Bill, I think unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you for your intimacy in sharing your sorrow with us. It really touches me. Thank you.
Any questions?
Hello, Magdi.
Hey, Holger.
Hey, yeah, I wanted to say a similar thing like Bill. And what I find, if you could maybe speak about, there seem to be like two extremes or two sides of the spectrum or whatever. On one level, I can just sit back and look at life as just a constant coming and going. And on another level, I feel very touched. Just even if I cut myself and I feel afraid that um, something bad will happen. I mean, it seems such a huge spectrum sometimes. And I don't want to be insensitive. And for a long time, I brushed many things away. I didn't want to feel them. And I just kind of escaped in this broadness, but which was just in my thinking on one level. I mean, I don't know how to formulate my question right now. And more, I don't have.
I get it. It's as if like there is that which is untouched. In other words, we're not burned by the fire. The screen is not burned by the images of fire on the screen, as a metaphor. we're not the body-mind. But yet, as you say, like when we cut ourselves, then there is that sensation. And yeah, we are the witness of the world. We are not in the world, but as a witness of the world, there is also an intimacy. There is the world is not separate from you. What's happening everywhere in the world, what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind, what's happening in distant universes is not separate from you, of course. And yes, at the same time, there is nothing happening. That's the conundrum. There is nothing happening, and yet we feel sorrow, we feel sadness, we feel joy. We love a beautiful sunset. Sometimes we love swimming. We jump in the water, in the ocean. We swim. We have relationship with our children, partners. And although the world is not real of its own, although the world is real as consciousness, although the body is just a little tremor of consciousness within itself, it's very rich, it's very expressive. And these expressions are the expressions of consciousness. The queen has many outfits, and the world, our experience, is the adornment of God, the adornment of consciousness. And we experience that intimately, and this intimacy is love. Not to separate ourselves in any way via the mind that is trying to trump the heart. Let the heart speak. To be like a child. It's complete innocence. Running in the crowd, reaching for mom's hand to feel her love and her warmth and the security. It's okay. Deep down, we know that all is well. So in a way, we are wearing both hats. Nothing is happening. And at the same time, look at all what's happening. That is the living life from that intimacy, from the oneness, the wholeness.
and there's no shame in feeling. No, but this was just in my upbringing. There was no space for it. It was a weakness.
Yeah.
And then I needed some help. I mean, and then the whole mess. I just wanted to say yesterday, it came so strongly to my mind, how grateful I am for your satsang, and how many little things, just how many little seeds there are and that sprout in daily living that are of encouragement and of just of a freedom to be in life with more generosity and more openness, and not to be afraid. And this, I really thank you. And it's amazing. It's such a beautiful gift you share. And
so it's wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm happy about that. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Any questions? So maybe I'll take this opportunity to reply to your question, Iona. You say, Dear Magdi, I would like to ask for your help in understanding memory. I am caught in a paradox, mind awareness. Awareness is always present and does not have memories, does not remember previous experiences. The mind registers and recalls past experiences, but mind and thoughts are manifestations of awareness. Therefore, does awareness choose to manifest the same thoughts repeatedly? Does awareness manifest according to some patterns? Is the current manifestation depending on the previous one? No, the current manifestation, this manifestation right now, does not depend on the previous one, because there is no previous one. This current manifestation depends on consciousness. It is consciousness manifesting itself this moment as this, out of its complete freedom. Its complete freedom includes the freedom to recollect the past. A certain memory arises. But this recollection is just a current wave within the ocean. It is a current creation, a current manifestation, fresh and brand new, not connected to any past. Because there is no actual past outside of a current memory, a current image, a current thought about the past. Yes, this current thought refers to the past, but where is the past? It is right here, right now, in this current thought, in this current memory. You see? It is this current memory right now that we call the past, as if there is an actual past outside of this memory, but there isn't. Because consciousness is not walking around with a bag, gathering memories in a bag and saying, oh, okay, let me dig in the bag and dig out something from the past. No, consciousness is not in time. It is free from time. You are free from time. You do not exist in time. Time exists in you. It appears to you as the memory of breakfast this morning, as the memory of yesterday's conversation with a friend. That is how the past appears to you, as a current thought. But the reality of the past is the reality of this current thought. The reality of this current thought is consciousness. The reality of your experience right now, of the sensation you're experiencing right now, is consciousness. Because you cannot remove consciousness out of the thought that you're perceiving or the sensation that you are feeling right now. If you remove consciousness, what is the sensation of your feet on the ground? If you remove consciousness, awareness, what is this perception? You're looking at a tree. What is this perception in the absence of consciousness? So the reality of memory, the reality of all manifestation is consciousness. So you say, does consciousness have memories? Yes, for example, you could say, I remember my mother. It's a memory. But what is it? It's just right now an expression of love appearing as a memory of your mother. But there is no holding on. There is no holding on. There is no grabbing or grasping. There is love. In love, there is this intimacy. There's this freedom, this warmth, this joy, it's beyond words, really. And it's sufficient. Love is sufficient on its own. It is sufficient unto itself. It does not need anything. It does not need to hold on, to accumulate, to figure something out. You know, you ask, does awareness choose to manifest the same thought repeatedly? Everything is consciousness. So when there is a certain thoughts appearing to you repeatedly, like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me tomorrow? Oh my God, what's going to happen to me tomorrow? Oh my goodness, what will happen to me when I die? That's a repeating thought, yes. You could say that it is consciousness appearing as this repetitive thought. But there is also an invitation. There is an invitation. The invitation is to ask yourself, what is this I? And what is tomorrow? What is tomorrow in your experience? Not in your thinking, of course. In your thinking, it is tomorrow after tomorrow, Tuesday, September, October 2025, 2026. But experientially, do you ever experience tomorrow? And experientially, what is this I? If you take a look, you will find that experientially, this I is this aware presence, which we know as love, this effortless aware presence, formless, the reality that perceives. It's not female, not male. It's not tall or short. And what is this I? Stay with that question. Invite that question. This I that is asking itself the question. I. Ramana Maharshi used to invite some of his disciples to ponder that I. But not to be thinking about it, but to be looking directly in this moment. There is I, and what is this I right now? Boom, I awareness. I, this beyond words, that which is and cannot not be. To be available for this wondrous mystery of consciousness. It's complete freedom, creativity. It's beyond words. We say that awareness manifests according to some patterns. If you take a look at your experience, you will find that yes, there are patterns. There are some functional patterns, practical patterns, which make sense for the body mind to know the way home and know how to drive a car, know how to cook a meal. These are patterns, functional patterns. You will find another type of pattern, which is unhappy, which is the me pattern, the belief that I'm a person, I'm a man, a woman, I'm somebody, I'm a limited self, a limited consciousness. What's going to happen to me? The me belief, the I thought, like Ramana used to speak about the I thought. Which is mistakenly identified to be a particular entity, like somebody born in a certain village and has accumulated experiences and accumulated confusing ourselves to be something we experience, something we perceive, something we feel. We are not something we feel. We are not something we perceive. We are the reality aspect, the formless awareness aspect. So that's what I have to say about your question, Joanna. Okay. Hello, Vice.
Yes, MacD, thanks for the beautiful open sharing which is happening. And also, it's an invitation to us all. And it's beyond the body-mind, the call, I would say. And my system is like I've said before, I like to sit in front of my chair. But this is the calling beyond the human mind, I would say. And that is so deeply touching and doing its process, I would say. And it's delicate, it's beautiful, it touches all the subject of life, and we can feel that from each other. And thanks for the openness and the sharing of such what is normally not so done. And it's so needed that we share in this openness. And that is touching each other and all on the right level, I would say.
Yes.
And it's good that we explore it in all directions with each other. And that's beautiful that we do that in here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love when the children go play in the playground, they're such an innocence,
It has spontaneity, whatever is the case.
My toy, leave my toy alone. They're not so concerned. They just want their toy.
The bell will ring.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When I was a young boy, I used to go to the Mediterranean, to the sea with my friends. We used to play in the water, splashing each other with water and even throwing sand on each other. I don't know, this memory just arising. Just such innocence and playfulness
And aliveness, and so many factors are then later on we get so narrow, and this, this is the source we can live.
yeah, we become more and more childlike, when the more we understand, our true self, we become more and more childlike. Not childish, but childlike.
And that's the beauty, because it's so natural.
Yes, yes.
And if we start living that, all the cells get in that tune, I would say.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
that's it.
Yeah, the cells.
The hands go open, I would say.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's a beautiful part of aliveness with what we share. It's so helpful because it comes from such a different corner as normally talking about things.
Yeah.
And I have a motor on that corner, so it's working.
Living life as it unfolds for you is very good place for you to really live your understanding, to have your understanding live itself through you, to guide you, and so life is a wonderful playground and of wonderful opportunity. Presents many opportunities to deeply anchor yourself in the peace and the love, in the joy, in the freedom, in the consciousness. Yeah, every opportunity that life presents you has that. Every situation that life presents you has that opportunity.
I get more and more such corners.
What?
I trigger more and more such corners.
Yeah.
And people are noticing, and it's a beautiful way to
Yeah.
open up, to live the message, what you say. It's only one visit, one visit.
Yes. And we each have our expression, our particular expression, has its own particular colors and its
Value.
particular mannerism. Yeah.
Thank you.
David say. Uli, you had a question, Uli? Let me see.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was really moved by your opening. I felt compassion arising, and I just want to offer whatever support I can to you. And also thank you for the space. Thank you for your presence. I find it so helpful and so important to have that. I'm always excited when I see your invitations popping up, another meditation, and it's just really, really nice. I think you're brave for sharing the way you did. It's hard for me to do that. I have a daughter who is having some real health problems, debilitating health problems, and it's really hard to, as a mom, to watch that.
Yeah.
From a distance and not really be allowed in very much.
Oh boy.
And not really be allowed to help in any kind of way. And just kind of trying to figure out the right things to say, the right things to do. It's very difficult.
Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah.
I hold your pain in my heart.
Thank you. Me too, yours.
And at the same time, I release it.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Very lovely to be with you. Very grateful